2023 Harley Davidson Lowrider ST. What is going on, people? So check it out. I'm here at Arc Tuning and my boy Alex just bought. Is this a 23? It is.
It is a 23.
He just bought a brand new 2023 Harley Davidson Lowrider ST. Look at this.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Yeah,
it's dirty.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
So he calls me and he's like, actually, I don't remember. Maybe I call him, whatever. And he goes, you wouldn't believe what I just bought. So now he told me, so what we're going to do is I've never rode this bike. So I'm going to ride it, review it. And when I come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this bike. You have a dyno here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean at Arc Tuning, that's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
So we're going to throw it on the dyno. We're going to see exactly what it is. Bone stock, 100% stock. I'm going to show you guys, tell you what I think. We're going to talk about it. Let's do a walk around this bike, get on it, and go ride. Let's go. I've rode quite a few Harley Davidsons, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Ridingfish, and I do motorcycle content. I ride an Indian Pursuit or Challenger, but I have rode most things, and I enjoy riding everything. I don't even really, I have a preference that I go on long trips. But yeah, so if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe because it's going to be a fun series. And I'm excited to bring it to you. I have never rode a lowrider at all, an ST or otherwise. Yeah, I rode street glides, road glides, Sportster. I'm a Dyno. Yeah, I've rode a lot. I just haven't rode this, actually. So without further ado, let's get going. Let's get some air before I fog up too much. So we got mids. I feel weird riding this bike though. Just got it. Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Close this. Well, okay. Wow, this. First of all, I love this little gauge cluster. I thought it looked cool when I heard it, when I felt it and figured it out. But now I'm using it, I kind of dig it. See, we're gonna do a little circle around this place. Like I said, this is my first time ever riding it. It feels like it has like a mid controls. I'm really used to floorboards, so yeah. When this bike came out, I said right away, this is my favorite. And I have never rode it, right? But you know how you judge things, right? You judge things by specs and this and that. And I loved that it came with the 117 rather than a 114. Now we all know those 121s are out in the CVOs, so it's no longer the biggest motor, but whatever. I love that it has the suspension that it has right off the gate, which in my opinion has always been just the down. Wait a minute, I don't have mirrors. Now that's trippy. I wonder what the mirrors are. I have to ask them. Has always been a downfall for Harley Davidson. So it's nice that they, really upped their game on this bike. I should have hooked the audio system up to it, but either way, this has audio. I didn't set it because we're planning on riding. But just going down the road, we're chilling right now at this moment. It is, it's relaxed. It's really relaxed. The windshield is a Clockworks windshield, not stock. That isn't stock. And there was something else. Oh, the audio system is the Harley Davidson upgraded system. So yeah, it feels good. It feels good. Actually, I like it. I'm digging it. It is really smooth. I'm just trying to get the feel for it before I start messing around. It has the classic Harley Davidson blinkers on each side. It does have a clutch cable, which all Harleys I think all have clutch cables these days. 6 speeds. Just chillaxing for now. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get moving. I'm just talking it out, just learning it. Brakes are pretty good. A little luggy. A lot of fuel, good. Oh crap. The Harley Davidson blinkers on each side. That's something that I'm not used to at all. So we all know that Harleys are super torquey. Ah, it feels good. Oh, little gravel, huh? That would suck. Traction control. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, my buffeting. I don't have. I have a little bit of wind kind of hit me in the head, but it's not too bad actually. But right here. So if I open my visor, I'm getting a lot of wind in the eyes. God, it feels good. It's a little, I don't know. Let me just see. So highway speeds were straight. Yeah, the suspension blows me away. It is really good. I don't even think that this needs upgraded. The suspension, at least right now. I don't know, you guys. I ride a big bike with a lot of power, so it feels really weird. And then my little bike that I have still has quite a bit of horsepower, but not as much torque. This is torquey, but it is kind of missing some stuff on the top end a little. It's not horrible though by any means. I think this is, I think it's the first time I rode a stock 117. I rode a CVO, but it had already been upgraded to a 131. So, and then I think I rode maybe another 17 that had a cam, but I could be wrong about that. I don't remember. But all the CVOs that I've ever rode always had like 128s, 131s. They never had just stock motors. So, I mean, I've been lucky to have that opportunity, and that's one reason why I'm excited to show this series, to show everybody what a bone stock all the way to a built up is. So, yeah, highways, yeah, 6 gear. Feels a little dead at that 3,000. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of flat. At that 3,000, it's flat. So, man. Other than that, you know, the placement of the air intake is good. It's not bothersome at all. You know, I got some wind, but I'll be honest, there's not a lot of buffeting. Like, I'm not feeling shaking around. and the brakes are pretty good. The balance is good. The rear brake could bite a little harder maybe, but look at that. It is dead smooth. I don't know, but Harley, you guys did a good job on this one. And I don't do critical videos very often. I really like the Sportster S. That was a really fun bike. I really liked that bike a lot. A lot of times I always feel that their baggers, Street Glide, Road Glide, have stuff to be desired, right? And especially at the like stock forms, once you build them up, it's different. You put a lot of money into a bike, you can make an amazing bike. So, like I said, I have friends that got all the CVOs, but they all 128s, 131s, big cams, air rides, like they got everything. So of course those are great. But for a bone stock bike, man, this is good. It is good. I'll tell you, the exhaust is real quiet. The exhaust is real quiet here. And I feel like the rear could bite just a little bit harder, actually. But other than that, the front feels good. Yeah, the front feels fine. I like it. Doesn't, you know, a little like nosedive. I mean, it could maybe be a little stiffer, but it's not too bad. I feel it's a good little bite. Yeah, I like it. Let's go see what this bad boy does on the dyno. Let's see what kind of power it has. I do feel like it's a pretty good torque, but I feel like that 3,000 range, it might be a little bit flat. I didn't ring it out too much, but yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe it's less than 3,000. It does dive a little hard. So fourth gear. Here, let's see, 1,500 RPMs. Maybe it's like 2,800 to 32. That like 400 RPMs might be a little weak. It's not bad though. I mean, it's definitely stock, guys. It's stock. It's not gonna be the greatest. How do I turn?
Here's my thing on the no mirrors. They sit here, and it screws up the wind coming off the windshield.
That makes sense.
That's why I don't have mirrors.
That makes sense.
So.
Whenever I say we, him, this guy, just so we're very clear about this, that I actually am not taking any credit for anything. But as he puts these O2 sensors in, I'm gonna tell you guys, is it O2 or is that what you're doing?
Yep, put O2 sensors.
Okay, so he's doing O2 sensors, but he'll do cams at some point. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try to document this series, so it's a really good idea. If this interests you, if this bike interests you, if this kind of thing interests you, to make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell, because at this point, we don't have a schedule of when we're doing anything.
No, not really.
So make sure you hit the bell, so then that way you can see when we do or I post a new video. By the way, I'm gonna post other videos. You might like them, might enjoy them too. So let's go see what this bike does.
So for those that don't know, I don't use sniffers. They worked back in the day, but now we can individually tune each cylinder. It's way more accurate to actually drill into the head pipe, install these nutserts, and then I have adapters up here that go into my big wide bands, and that's how I monitor air-fuel ratio in there. And the thing is, with heat shields, you don't ever see these nutserts that I'm putting in. So some people get, oh, you're drilling into my head pipe. Well, you're never gonna know it's there once I put the heat shields back on. So most aftermarket ones have provisions for 18mm wide band O2 sensors. Factory head pipes do not. So you have to do this on the factory ones, and 9 times out of 10, you'll never even know they're there to start with. And they don't inhibit any horsepower. I've made 160 horsepower with these in the pipes. It's not gonna hurt it. But some people are gonna, oh, what about all the stainless pipes that don't have heat shields? Well, they have adapters that go from an 18mm bung that they put in the pipe down to what the factory O2 sensors go into to retain your factory O2 sensors. And yes, they are a crucial part of running conditions, so yes, you do need to keep them. They're typically in a spot that works. Sometimes they're not, and I haven't run into any case like that yet, but if I need to, I'll make adjustments at that point. So, but I haven't run into that yet. And we'll find out when I get my stainless pipe, because I'm not drilling into my stainless pipe.
I'm not ready. All right, so just so everybody knows, on Harley Davidson's, 4th gear is the closest to 1-to-1, yes?
No, 6th gear.
6th gear?
6th gear is 1-to-1.
So then why does everybody do it in 4th gear?
Well, they do it for insurance reasons, honestly.
Okay.
So the tires are technically rated to 130.
Oh, gotcha.
So 5th gear is what they'll pull, but the problem is when they're in bone stock form, speed limiter comes in at about 105 to 110.
Okay.
So when you do it in a stock form to get the full RPM range, they'll pull it in 4th gear.
Okay. So for science, we're gonna do 4th gear.
We're gonna do 5th. We should be able to reach peak horsepower in 5th gear.
Okay.
And this is the way the factory cam is.
Okay.
They're just anemic that way.
Okay, so we're gonna do 5th gear. So the numbers you guys see today will be 5th gear, but so later on, when we start doing changes to the bike and stuff, we'll continue to do 5th gear so everybody can see what does and doesn't change.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go see what this bike does.
Just so we're clear, my power vision right now, I'm using it strictly as a data monitor. It's not flash or nothing. So all I'm doing is watching temperatures and a few other things here and there, just to make sure everything is copacetic, and beyond that, it'll get tuned eventually. Okay.
Felt like we could have did it without the headsets.
Yeah, they're actually not very loud, but yeah, right now stock, they're gonna print a number, just one right after the other.
Yeah.
Transmission is warm, engine oil is warm, I mean, you just got done riding it.
Yeah.
So this is as good as conditions as you can pretty much get, and it just printed 115, 115.7, 115.7, 115.2, and then 93.4, 92.9, 93.0.
So I'd say it's easy to say 115.93 for sure.
Yep. Yep. So.
Well, I think that's a hell of a baseline considering, you know, it's a bone stock motor and there's, I mean, look, like the line is just, it's just right on top of each other. They're the exact same.
And the 117 has a different cam than the 114. So it carries the torque a little bit better, where I can pull up the 114, and the 114 also has a little bit more compression. But the big thing is, I always look for a flat torque curve, which it's providing.
Yeah.
The problem is I like mine a little bit higher than that for personal reasons.
You like high top tables.
Yes. And then also where the horsepower matches the torque number. But that'll come.
Yeah. Well, some of that is a lot of it is just going to be telling it can go bigger.
That too, as well as the cam is going to allow it to breathe.
Yeah.
And the big thing I noticed with stock cams is obviously they're EPA compliant.
Of course.
They have a box they have to fit in, and I'm not going to say there couldn't be improvement, but with the new CVO, with the VVT, they've done a pretty damn good job in giving you your cake and letting you eat it too. So I mean, it's pretty interesting.
So what was killing it? Was that speed limiter? Was that rev limiter?
It's speed limiter, but also at the same time, I know from when I broke this thing in on the dyno, it doesn't make power any higher, so it's not worth trying to wring its guts.
All right, guys, so without further ado, that is it. So make sure you like it, subscribe. We're going to build this up, see it. He's going to tune it right here at Arc Tuning, and I'll put like a contact link for him so you can email him, shoot him. Probably email's best.
Email's best.
We'll shoot his email on here so you can see if you have questions about your Harley Davidson or your Lowrider ST or whatever. Shoot here at Arc Tuning. Shoot him an email. Let's end this and start building this actually. So when this comes off, we're gonna build this up. So till next time, ride hard, ride fast, and say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace.